Good day, everyone. I am Janice Sanudin, and together with my co-reporter, Gashinara Faith Bulawin, we will report about the relationship between organization and its environment. The, the, the environment of a business has a great impact on the functioning of the firm. It offers opportunity and threats along with the limitations and pressures influencing the structures and functioning of the business. In order to understand the relationship between an organization and its environment, we will look at the interaction between them in some primary areas. Uh, so, for any organization, the environment consists of a set of external conditions and forces that have the potential to influence the organization and also uh, sa pagsabot to understand the environment that surrounds the organization is important to the executive, especially in executive in charge of the organizations. There are several reasons for this. First, the environment provides resources that the organization needs in order to create the goods and services. So organization and so the exchanging information. So first, this one, exchanging information. So in an organization and its environment exchange information between themselves. Organizations need information about the external environment for planning, decision making, and control purposes. Hence, they analyze the environment's variables along with studying their behavior and changes. Further, the information generated by this analysis help the organization handle the problems for uncertainties and complexity of the business environment. Therefore, firms try to gather information pertaining to market condition, economic activity, technological developments, and demographic factors, socio-political changes, and competition activities, and etc. So, to be able to the organization to make a concrete plan or an accurate plan, they need an information from the external environment for to have their plan feasible. So and also the organization also transmits information to external agencies. It does so either voluntarily or inadvertently. Therefore, the exchange of information is an important interaction between the organization and its environment, forming the basis of the relationship. So, exchanging resources. So, apart from exchanging information, or an organization and its environment also exchange resources. A firm needs input like finance, manpower, equipment, etc. from its environment. So, these are typically the resources required. An organization are categorized into 5 M's. So, the men are the manpower. So sa business, they need people, they need employees. Number two, the money, so the capital to build the business or to make that project, they need money. The method, so the method to make the projects work. What is the method? The first method and the last method. The machines, so the machine that used in that subject or in that project. The material is also a um, very important because if you don't have the material, you don't have the project, only the plan. So next. So this process also requires interaction between the firm and its environment. Further, the firm must perceive the needs of the environment and develop products or services to meet those needs. Number two, satisfy the demands and expectations of the clientele group. These are these groups are A, the consumers, employees, shareholders, the creditors, the suppliers, the local community, and the general public. So, an organization uses this input to produce goods or services or both, right? So, acquisitions of these inputs usually requires um, interactions between the firm and the markets. These interactions can be in the form of competitions or maybe in collaborations. Nevertheless, the purpose is to ensure a constant supply of inputs. On the other hand, the organization depends on its environment for the sale of its goods and services. So, exchanging influence and power. So, the third important interaction between an organization and its environment is the exchange of influence and power. By now, we understand that the external environment holds considerable power over a firm due to the following reason. So, the business environment is inclusive. It has a command over the resources, information, and etc., which the firms is requires. It offers opportunity for growth on hand and threat and constraints on the other hand. So, hence, ang environment daw kuno can also impose with its will on the organization. On the other hand, naa po yung mga times and scenario when the organization holds a position wherein the will considerably power and influence over some aspect of the external environment. Kani siya usually happens when the firms has command over the resources and information. So, an organization with a higher degree of power over its environment has more autonomy of freedom of actions. Also, the firm can dictate terms to each environment and mold them to its will. So, I have here the example. So, in order for an organization to respond well to its environment, it must be able to monitor and make sense of its environment and have an internal capacity to develop effective responses. So, an organization's response to its environment. An organization response to its environment can be the following three types. So, the administrative, the competitive, and the collective. So, the administrative, these are the either the proactive or the reactive responses to a specific environment leading to forming redefining an organization purpose and key tasks. So, the admin. So, the competitive, a change in a competitive environment can force an organization to respond with action that can help it gain a competitive advantage over its rivals. So, uh, for us to innovate or to compete our competitives or our rivals, we need to make to innovate our product or something. You make our product or our business more unique for the consumers. Number three is the collective. Many organizations cope with environmental dependence problems through strategic collective response, including methods like co-opting or bargaining, alliance, and etc. So, evaluating the general environment. So, so evaluating the general environment and an organization's environment includes the factors that it can really readily affect as well as the factors that largely lay beyond its influence. So, the latter set of factors are said to to, to exist within the general environment. So, naara siya. Executives must track trends and and events as they evolve, and try to anticipate the implications of these trends and events, because the general environment often has substantial influence on organization level of success. So if if you need to evaluate the general environment, you need to backtrack, and the executive will be back the trends, or kung unsa ba ang trending karon, or unsa ba ang bagong innovation, or mag-evolve ba dapat. So kailangan siya istudihan, kailangan siya i-evaluate kung unsa nahitabo sa project, and after that i-study, or unsa ba ang makuan mo, sabay ba ni sa trend or laos na ba ni. So, the elements of the general environments are the Pastel Analysis. So, the Pastel Analysis is one important tool that executives can rely on to organize factors within the general environment, and to identify how these factors influence industries and firms within them. So, FESTEL is an acronym meaning it's in abbreviations formed from the initial letters of other words. FESTEL reflects the names of the six segments of general environment. So, these are the meaning of the FESTEL. So, P stands for the political, E stands for the economic, S stands for the socio-cultural, T stands for the technological, E stands for the environmental, and L stands for the legal. So for the political, the factors or includes elements such as the tax policies, change trade restrictions, the tariffs, and the stability of the government. So that's why the previous topic that mom discussed. So if you're going to have a business, or imo gi insecure nga daw importante ang government or legal. So kini siya nasulod dinhi ang katong topic the previous time, sa ang importante kayo i-check gyud ang government and the legal part sa business. So number 2 is the economic factors that includes elements such as the interest rates, inflation rates, gross domestic product, unemployment rates, level of disposable income, and the general growth or decline of the economy. So as the economic pod, so we need to look also, because wa ta kabalo if asa ba nagtaas ba karon ang rate, or niang imong kuan same ra Japon, so dili ka makabawi, di ba? So we need to look up for the inflation rates, kung unsa ba ang ga-fluctuate karon nga panahon, like gasoline ga-fluctuate siya, di ba? So daghan kaayo mong makuan, kailangan Japon nimo itan-awon sa business ang economic factors. So the S or the social cultural factors. Factors include trends on demographics such as the population size, age, the ethnic mix, as well as the cultural trends such as the attitudes towards obesity and consumers activism. So we need also to look up the social cultural factors. Very very important kaayo is about sa population size, kung pila ba karon ang mas ganahan ani, ang edad ba Gen Z ba, or kato pa bang baby boomers, or kato pa bang millennials. So unsa ba karon ba kuan ba Japon ang gym, asa ba siya nabilong ana. You need also to look the social cultural factors. The T, technological factors include, for example, the changes in rate of the new product environment, the development, increases on automation, and advancement in service industry delivery. So technological, so the rate of the new product development, increase automation, so the advances and the services industry delivery. So kung nagtaas pod ang sa atong mga deliveries, like karon sa gas, taas man kaayo, so maapektuhan ang atong technological factors Japon siya. So the E, the environmental factors, also called ecological factors, include, for example, the natural disaster, the global warming, pollution, weather patterns. So kanang dili bitaw nato makuan, dili nato hold nga mga mahitabo. So kailangan Japon siya i-look apan sa business, kailangan tag na mga backup plans kung na mga inana. So, an L, the legal factors include laws involving issues such as employment, health, safety, and discrimination, and antitrust. So, legal, from kabalunat ani from the word legal. So, I have here the example of Pastel Analysis. So, and also, examining the general environment involves gaining and understanding the key factors and the trends in the border society sa dako nga society. Pastel analysis is also a popular framework for the organizing these factors and trends and isolation and how they influence industries and the firms within them. So I have here below to describe each of the six dimensions associated with the pestle analysis, which is the political, economic, social, technological, and environmental and legal. So I have here the example of pestle analysis. So as you can see, the category was business impact. So what is the political factors? So possible trade barriers to protect domestic suppliers. So ang economic niya, strengths of overseas economic versus the UK may affect price for profitability. So mas kung mutaas ang dollar or something ang euro nga nga money, so mutaas po ang mas lower ang atong ma-affect ang atong income. So the social, so will product be accepted overseas? So for example sa atong mga saging, matanggap ba dito sa gawas kung ato siyang ipang-export? So ang technological, can intellectual property rights be protected overseas? So like for example sa atong intellectual property, so the IPO, so kana ato ang registered na natong product or atong name. So kuan ba siya, protected ba siya, nga sure ba ta nga atong product di na makopy dito or dili na siya pwede nga maparihat ang product dito sa gawas? Safety ba ang atong name? So the environment, the pollution implications of transportation. The legal, will the product comply or be allowed into the market? So kana siya very important kay na siya. The following pestle analysis example, this pestle analysis clarifies how the six external factors work and what type of information you should include in your analysis. So these example scenarios involves the overseas sales of the products. So, the advantage of pestle analysis by helping you to understand how external factors affect our business or pestle can help us. So, determine their long-term effect on the performance of activities of the business, review any strategies you have in place, work out the new direction, product, or plan for your business, identify solution to the problem, gain strategic advantage on competitors, evaluate the risk associated with markets you're interested in. So, PISTEL is an extended version of PIS analysis. It is often used in collaboration with other analytical business tools like the SWOT analysis or the Poster 5 forces. So, do you remember the Poster 5 forces? When we, sa itong subject sa una, siya discuss na to give a clear understanding of a situation related or internal or the external factors. So, PESTEL is an acronym stands for 6 external factors affecting your business: the political, economical, and sociological, technology, legal, and environmental. So each these can have a profound effect on our business or varying implication. For example, in these terms, the durations of impact, na ay dili ang short term or long term ang impact if ever. Type of changes, positive ba siya, negative, or unknown. Rate of impact, ka-increase ba, ga-decrease ba, or walay nahitabo, or wala gyud nawa, an unknown. The importance, critical, important, or unimportant, or unknown. So, Pastel framework that reflects general environmental factors, the political, economical, sociocultural, technological, environmental, and legal that can impact the organizations either positively or negatively. In many cases, executives can prevent negative outcomes and leverage positive forces by performing Pastel analysis to diagnose where the general environment important opportunities and threats arise. So that's it for my report. Thank you so much. I have here my co-reporter Gashinara. She will be discussing our next topic. Thank you.